Nyaru! Welcome back, everyone! So TwitchCon was this past weekend. For those that don't know anything about TwitchCon, basically it is a convention that is centered around the streaming platform Twitch. It happened October 7th through the 9th in San Diego, California. It included so many cool events like panels, Artist Alley, and a whole bunch of other collaborations that happened during this event. For many, this was their first ever type of convention event that they've ever been to, and this was their first time meeting other VTubers in real life. Many had fun, but of course with every event, it doesn't come without its troubles. So two quick things I want to get out of the way before we get started is that I did not attend TwitchCon in person. However, this video is going to be focusing more on the VTuber scene attending TwitchCon more than just TwitchCon in general. So please do take the time to watch more videos about TwitchCon and all the stuff that's been going on, because while I may not be mentioning more of the bigger stuff, I really wanted to focus mostly on the VTuber community today. So I hope you guys can understand that, and don't let this be the only video that you watch about TwitchCon. Do take your time to research and listen more about it. Okay, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and see all the VTuber troubles that happened at TwitchCon. So VTubers attending conventions is starting to become a very recent thing as conventions come back from pre-pandemic times. However, it doesn't come without its risk, especially for people who want to protect their identities. Unfortunately, some VTubers at TwitchCon were followed and even almost doxxed by their fans. Let's go ahead and read this tweet from Giga to tell you guys more about it. For those attending TwitchCon, have fun, but please be safe. One of my friends already had someone follow her from the con to a restaurant to try and get pictures of her maskless face while she ate. So you guys may be wondering, why the heck would a VTuber who chooses to hide their identity and wants to keep their identity private choose to go to a convention only to run the risk of their identity being found out or a picture being taken of them? So unfortunately, there is no right broad answer. It's just because the community is so freaking big that if you ask one person and then you ask another person, they'll give you some completely different perspectives and answers on it. However, I can at least give you my perspective on how I would tackle this sort of situation, especially as someone who has been attending conventions as a attendee and as a guest in the past year. So as a VTuber, I don't show my face, nor do I plan on showing it. The most I'll ever post physically of myself are maybe my hands or my legs, but it's just something I'm personally not into as a streamer. However, some guesting opportunities and networking opportunities are done better in person than online. TwitchCon happens to be a big networking event on top of it being a convention where people can learn about things and go see different companies and meet their favorite streamers. For me, if someone recognizes my voice, I'll be cool about it. If they ask for pictures, I'll give them the ground rules like no posting or tagging or anything like that. Everyone has been super respectful of me when I ask that, so I really do appreciate my community for being like that. Otherwise, only in certain situations I'll just reveal myself that I'm a VTuber. I won't go out of my way to go out to a fan and be like, I'm a VTuber. I won't do that. I don't think that's a smart thing to do and can be a really big safety risk if you do that. Otherwise, fans may get excited, but it's not an excuse to follow someone into a restaurant and try to sneak pictures or just sneak pictures at all. You're an asshole if you do that. Don't do that. Don't do what that person did, and you'll have a good time as a VTuber fan if you're ever meeting your favorite VTuber. So these next two ones kind of get me upset a little bit because I'm personally not a big drinker, but a lot of drink spiking and peer pressure was a big presence at TwitchCon, especially within the VTuber sphere. So let me go ahead and read you this tweet from Porcelain Maid. Well, I hope everyone at TwitchCon is having fun. Please be safe and be careful about any food or drink. Always have your phone fully charged and try to stay safe with friends. So I have a semi-related funny but also not so funny story about this similar kind of situation happening to me. Basically, fresh out of high school, I just graduated. I decided to go to a anime convention in Texas, and it was my first time ever going like by myself, and I was going with like a big group of friends with a whole different age ranges, but there were some that were 21 plus, and they brought some alcohol to the room. They knew that I was not supposed to be having it or anything like that. They kept it far away from me as possible, and even then I didn't want to partake in that. So when it came time to us coming upstairs to eat and there were a whole bunch of drinks out on the table, I just grabbed the first drink I saw because I was super thirsty and drank it. And next thing I know, I took like 3 or 4 big gulps of vodka. And that's super dangerous. So while it wasn't intentional to give me the drink, I still learned a very valuable lesson from that. Is to basically sniff your drink and make sure that it is the drink that you have, and to make sure there's something funny going on with it, because otherwise you can get drugged or poisoned, and then next thing you know, you're in a horrible situation you should not be in. It's funny because when people think that someone is spiking drinks, we think of like college frat parties and everything, but this is still a thing that goes on in conventions and even is nothing new. It's been going on since like the late 70s, 80s, 90s, even 2000s. So it's really, really fucked up and unfortunate that it's still happening. So I really hope you guys can stay safe, keep your drinks near you, keep a lid on it, do anything you can to protect yourself while you're at these parties because you just never know who is going to be there with what intentions. So speaking of drinking, unfortunately peer pressure was just another thing that was rampant at these TwitchCon parties. Let's read this tweet from IU. Hi, please don't pressure other streamers to drink at the after parties at TwitchCon. Let them have fun sober, please. It's valid to hear that some people feel like they need to drink in order to have fun, even though they dislike it. Please don't make them drink. So again, this is another one of those things that's really, really common and rampant within the convention scene. I personally don't like drinking, like I said earlier, and I also cannot drink because I have medication that does not allow me to drink. And you do feel awkward. I felt awkward before just having like a soda or a water while a bunch of my friends have like vodka, alcohol, some mixed drinks or anything like that. And even then, it is very, very smart to just have someone sober within your friend group either way. So I guess I just want to say, please don't feel pressure to drink in any situation that you're not comfortable in. And maybe you'll even end up saving someone because you did not decide to drink, you know? Be that smart friend. Finally, in regards to VTubers, I saw a lot of VTubers this past weekend on Twitter being like, oh my goodness, I missed out on TwitchCon. I can't believe everyone's having so much fun and I'm not there. Let's read this tweet from Takahata that gives a lot of good advice. With a big event like TwitchCon, don't let the FOMO of the event put you in a bad headspace. There is always another event, and in the meantime, work on stuff you can't control. TwitchCon, Anime Expo, no matter what the event may be, there will always be another event where you can go meet either other VTubers or meet your favorite VTuber. Like, can you name any of the events that are behind me that had all these famous VTubers there? I bet not. So if you're a VTuber and you really want to network with other VTubers but cannot travel to these really, really big events, I highly recommend looking at your local events and seeing what VTuber content is already up there. Like if they're hosting a meetup or if there's already a panel that's scheduled by someone, you'll more than likely meet someone there. However, if you are a VTuber and there's no VTuber content or events happening in your area, create the opportunity for yourself. You can make a panel, you can host a meetup. Create the opportunity yourself instead of waiting for the opportunity to come to you, because otherwise it will never come to you. However, if you're a VTuber fan and you really, really want to see a certain VTuber come to a convention near you, or you want to just see more VTuber content in general, the best thing you can do is let the convention know that you want to see that sort of type of content. Usually, conventions will have a feedback forum where you can suggest new content for next year or suggest guests as well. So if you see one of those, do suggest the VTuber that you really, really want to see. Drop them a video, send them their links to any of their Twitch streams, and they will definitely check them out. As well, if you just leave that you want to see more general VTuber content, the conventions will definitely look into adding more VTuber content that gets submitted to them. So to TLDR, there are way more opportunities out there besides from TwitchCon and Anime Expo to meet all your favorite VTubers and to meet other VTubers as well. Do take the time to look into your local events and maybe even take charge and create those opportunities for yourself. And of course, this only scratches the surface about the VTuber experience at TwitchCon, so I'm pretty sure as the week goes on, we'll be hearing more experiences and more yap shit coming out of TwitchCon, but let's hope that that's not going to be the case either. So, what did you guys think of TwitchCon? Did you attend TwitchCon yourself? Have any stories you want to share with me? Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for listening. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm a real YouTuber now! Yay! I've always wanted to say that. Bye guys, see you later. Bye bye.